Hello and welcome to my first video showing the exhaust installation of my Coffman's exhaust onto my Rebel 500. First video I've ever made, so it might be a little bit clunky for you, but there's obviously the original exhaust that needs to come off, and we'll get the Coffman's Thunder exhaust on, which I've just received today from the US. Came all wrapped up, priority mail out of the US to the northern suburbs of Brisbane in Queensland, Australia. And we'll get this exhaust fitted and see how it looks. When opening up the box, it's packaged very nicely. Thank you for your order. Thank you, Coffman's. Hopefully the sound I get from this will be exactly what I'm after. Just a few little goodies that come in with the pack. Some Coffman stickers. Coffman's Exhaust Tip Systems USA. Another piece of information, just thanking me for my purchase. And also some bits of information too on the Coffman's exhaust and installation. Of course, for a CMX 300 or 500. Let's have a look at this, hey? The exhaust now out of its packet, and excuse me, we're getting a little bit of rain today, so you may hear a little bit of rain on my shed. Apologies for any sound issues, but Coffman's USA on the side, perfect. You can get some of these with some riveted on emblems on the side of the exhaust as well, but I chose just to go for the handwritten on black look. And look, the quality seems really good. The welds are really good. The bracket you get with it too is a nice feeling quality. I'll unwrap that soon. But yeah, rivets look really good. It's American made. And look, that certainly gave me a lot more confidence when buying this product. So yeah, happy with it so far. Let's get this on the bike. Now let's have a look at the installation of the new exhaust. I'm not going to go through how to install or how to remove, because it's quite straightforward really. You don't want to watch that boring footage. It is a 12mm spanner or 12mm socket on a ratchet, and of course onto the bracket at the bottom, which goes onto the tailpipe that goes up to the headers. It's a welded nut at the rear, so you'll just need a socket or spanner, 12mm, to take that off. And then up here on the bike, on the hangers here, 12mm there as well. A little bit wet today, it's still raining, of course my only day off this week, so I'm a bit disappointed I won't be able to do the drive footage today once I install this, but we'll get it done in the next couple of days when it's nice and sunny and give you an idea on what it sounds like on the road. But we will do the obligatory sound test now, and I'll close the shed door down. It may help with a bit of that noise and just giving you some idea on what it sounds like. The OEM exhaust, yeah, I don't mind the sound. I think it's just the look. I'm not a real fan of how it looks. It's pretty big. It's pretty gaudy. It's one of the main things that people talk about when they see the bike, how big it is. And look, to me, size doesn't always matter. So let's take this one off and yeah, get something a little bit more attractive on, because that's what certainly turns me off about this bike, or is the exhaust. But the rest of it, I absolutely love. So let's have a listen to the exhaust now, the OEM standard exhaust. We've done about 1300 Ks on this bike, so still fairly new. Just had its first service at 1000 kilometers. Let's have a listen. Okay, so I've installed the new Coffman's exhaust. Got a few of my local crows making some noise. But look, it wasn't hard. I did take my time doing it, but if someone that has done this before, you could literally do this in a couple of minutes. It's not hard at all. The only points to note is that on the instructions it does say remove this gasket, which has actually stayed inside my OEM pipe. There it is there. So I didn't need to remove that. And also to this bracket here, which is the, I called them hangers before, but that was the, it's actually the foot peg mount, which of course is here. The OEM pipe through here, it sits on this side, whereas the Coffman actually installs at the rear. So just be sure to install it at the rear, otherwise it will bend down here. Change the bracket out, of course, and we now go up to a 13mm socket or 13mm spanner, and there's no rear nut self-threading end on it over here. So we'll do that now, get it all fastened down and do a sound test. Okay, so the pipe's installed, and I must admit it looks great. Very, very happy with it. One thing when deciding on an exhaust for myself is that I see a lot of these Honda Rebels with the upswept exhaust, meaning that it heads that way. I didn't really like that look, to be honest. I wanted a straight pipe, and Coffman's has certainly provided that. It looks fantastic to me. Less bulky, shows off more of that rear disc and caliper, and it's just the look I'm going for. I'm really, really happy with it. But let's have a listen to it now and see what it sounds like. Now this is with baffle in, and after looking at some Coffman's reviews online, another one from the States with the Honda Rebel, shout out to those guys, thank you for that. I am deciding to keep the baffle in for now, but we'll wait and see what this sounds like. Okay. Okay, that increase in noise is certainly noticeable. Inside this closed shed, yeah, very noticeable.